Just have to make sure there are no bears running around the corner. Okay. Hello you guys, what is up? My name is Faith if you're new, and if you are not new, welcome back. Today I have for you guys an interesting video of how I've grown to feel more free. Now, my last video was how I became a Christian and overcame like idolatry, new age, and other things like that. And naturally, I just want to give you guys some tips on just how I'm living today, more free in life and more happy, more excited for life in general, just more uplifted. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and all of my tips. Now, I am filming outside today because it is a nice day, and I don't know when this is gonna go up, probably more in like the fall time, so it's not gonna make any sense me wearing a tank top, but I'm trying to film a bunch of videos today and get them out for you guys. So it's a nice day today, and I think it really goes hand in hand with all of this and how I feel more free. And one of those things that I definitely try to do is to create a habit to spend more time in nature. I've talked about this in another video, my other video. If you're feeling lost, watch this. I'll have that on a card at the end of the video so you can check it out after this. But I talk about spending more time in nature because it is definitely freeing. It definitely uplifts my mood. I also live on the East Coast, not too far from New York, so like New York is nice, the city is nice, but we need a break. I can just hang out here and have a good time as opposed to being inside all day. I definitely find myself more bored, just like staring at the four walls, if you know what I mean. If you want to feel more alive or just excited about life, spend time in nature. There's a lot to discover. Go on like adventures or hikes and things like that, or just take like a day and just do the tasks that you do at home, like outside, whatever you can do. Like right now I'm filming a video and this is my time that I'm spending outside. There's tons of noises but I'm feeling really good. So yeah, I would say make a habit to spend as much time as you can outdoors. Oh, and pro tip, if it's like winter time or fall and nature has gone to sleep for the season, like I said in that lost video, play some sort of like nature noises on like your phone, on like YouTube, before you like go to sleep or throughout the day. I know it sounds kind of lousy, but it really makes up for it. It's so much better than nothing, so do that. Okay, another way of how I definitely feel more free is by planning the look of my life. I know I've talked about vision boards. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. I'll always mention it because it's such a big part of like all this self-improvement, but I've made vision boards in the past. I also just have a Pinterest account. I love using Pinterest because I'm a very visual person. Seeing things visually motivate me and inspire me and give me ideas, and Pinterest is just kind of like a gold mine for ideas for me. Going on there and pinning new pins, new ideas, new places where I want to go, things like that. If you want to follow me on Pinterest, definitely do that. I'll have that all linked down below. If we just take like a snapshot into my Pinterest account, I definitely have a lot of pins planning the look of my life, and it inspires me to go seek out the things that I pin. For instance, let's see, one section I have is called Life is Beautiful, or like Paradise Life. Get to see like what I like, what inspires me in life, an area that I'd like to be around. So when I notice that, it's like, you know what, I want to find out where is a place like that around me, and then I go ahead. I also plan the look of my life on Pinterest, obviously, with like pinning what I want my house to look like, or goals that I have, outfit inspiration. I have all that on here. If you want to see those pins, go check it out because it already has like the credits and the original creators of those pins on there. If you want to feel more free, plan the look of your life, because the next tip is to change your environment to match it. Start seeking out those things that you have planned. If you want to be excited for life, where you live as far as like your room and like to be in there, or like places to explore and find. You have to know what you want those things to look like, pin them, or just make like a vision board, and now go seek those things out. I didn't just stay in like a boring old room. I was like, no, I want to change it. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy those items, or thrift those items, or DIY some of those items and change my room. And now I really like it. It's kind of like a zen place for me, and it just makes me feel more free. I feel so relaxed. I realize I really like nature, explores a lot and goes on like adventures. Go ahead and make those habits solid and do those things. Go seek out those places. When my friends make plans, I have some ideas to bring to them. I think a big part of feeling free is not just looking perfect and I'm living this life, oh my gosh, in a nice place, or this and that. Like, it takes making conscious decisions to feel free, which I know it's like, that sounds like it's canceling itself out. Why do you have to plan to feel free? Don't you just have to live like that naturally? Sometimes feeling free in life doesn't naturally come. Sometimes it takes work, and it takes planning, and it takes making a conscious decision. I don't like being here, I don't like doing this, or I don't like this area of my life. I want to improve it and plan it. And once you carry out those things and make those changes, you will start to feel more free, 100%. Another way that I feel more free in life in general, especially as far as my... Isn't that nice? Especially as far as my mental health, my emotional health, and physical health, is to work on your insecurities. I know you don't want to hear this. I know it sounds tough, and it is. I have been insecure for so many years of my life. I'm not as insecure. I don't struggle with many insecurities, but you know, nobody's perfect. I don't know what the future holds for me. I might come into another struggle that I'll have to tackle. I have tackled most of the insecurities in my life. Insecurities with my hair when it was damaged and bleached. It's bleached now, but it's not damaged. I have a video on that when my hair was just breaking off, brittle and short and just unhealthy though. That's like the most important thing, is it was unhealthy and I wasn't confident in it. And God took me through that whole process, and here I am today. I know not everybody likes this look, but the freedom is in you, and I like this look and it makes me feel more free. Another thing that I was insecure about was my skin. I also went through a skin journey in the past. I have not shared this on my channel because it's still like a touchy topic for me, but I used to struggle with acne and breaking out and just scars and marks. Not your average Joe scars and marks, like looks like I have a skin condition. Scars and marks, like oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to make this a video in the future, actually public on the internet, show the photos of how my face used to look at its worst. But it was tough. I went through that for a whole year. It was the most life-changing year for me, I think, because I learned how to not put my value in like beauty and stuff like society teaches you to, especially like young women. But you know, I actually started working on like me, and do I like me? Not just do I like how I look today, do I like me and my personality and things like that. Going through that journey was crazy. It was crazy awesome in the end when I finally found the right products and I broke out of that spiritual bondage, because I found out that it had to do a lot with my spiritual relationship. I might get to that story in the future, but once I finally came out of that and my face started clearing up. Prior to my face going rogue on me, I used to wear a lot of makeup, and when I didn't, I would feel ugly. But after going through that breakout, I couldn't put on makeup over it because it would make the breakouts 5 times worse, so I had to wear it no makeup. I had to face my insecurity tenfold, because not only did I have to not wear makeup, which made me feel insecure, but I also had every spot you can imagine on my face. So I went through it really badly, but God took me out of it, and he taught me so much where I don't regret it. You know, I had to overcome that insecurity. My face was so bad that when it started clearing up, I felt like I was wearing makeup. I was so used to having spots on my face that when they cleared up, I felt like I didn't need makeup. I felt like I didn't need to do much because I got to see myself for the first time, how God saw me. See myself as like, oh my gosh, I am already beautiful naturally. I don't need to add anything. And now I don't feel chained like I have to wear makeup every day. I can just go outside how I look and I feel confident. I had to overcome my insecurities to feel free, because when you do, you can show up as you are naturally as a person and feel confident. Like, there's nothing more freeing than being happy with who you are. We're never perfect, we always need to continue improving, but when you overcome those struggles that hit your confidence, freedom, it feels so good. The next way that I have grown to feel more free is to see life through a clear lens instead of a lens that the world has put over my eyes. So, you know, growing up, the only way that I've known to live life is just like the American dream, getting a good job, going to school and stuff like that, and then working till you can get that retirement, and then, you know, get a dog along the way, marry someone along the way, and have kids in a nice house and yada yada. But like, man, that sounds kind of boring. It has been more freeing to live in the moment and think about, how do I want to structure some things in my life? Like, some things are cool, but there's some things I want to change. What do I want to do? How do I want to go about this? Instead of like, oh, Instagram baddie, fashion, whatever, or I think we're over the baddie era, right? Or just like designer bags and yada yada. Like, that is the way that life tells you you need to live. But once you kind of shut all that out and just think, it takes like meditation and connecting with God and what he wants for you, because he gives you like those intrinsic desires for a purpose. But like, it takes shutting all that out and thinking, what do I really want? Do I really care about designer, or do I just like good quality materials? Do I really want to have my life look a certain way, or do I want it to look like how I really want it? And once you figure that out, you can start planning for it, and man, it feels good to not succumb to that cookie cutter way of life, you know? And the last way that I've grown to feel more free is to trust God's timing, and B, part 2, grow my relationship with the Lord. Above everything, this has helped me a lot personally, because I used to be like a control freak in a sense. I talked about this in my last video, how I became a Christian, but I used to want to control every event in my life, or like the people around me, and you never can. I used to just be very particular and meticulous about each thing, and when something didn't go my way, it stressed me out or it made me upset. I used to live that way for years, mainly in like high school, before I really grew my relationship with God and realized that's not the way you're supposed to live. There's a reason why I was stressed out all the time, because we can't control our entire life, and we can't control the people around us, and God told me to give it to him. I also mentioned a while back on this channel that I believe that God has given me the gift of dreams and just like prophecy, because I've had dreams that happened exactly in other people's life, messages to give, and just like very accurate things that nobody could ever know. He's shown me, and I've watched them happen before my eyes, and just have realized how good God is, and he sees everything. He's in charge of everything. He's planning everything. He's doing everything. Not me. I know nothing. I can't see beyond the mountain, but he can see like the whole world, you know? If you give it to him and you trust in him and be patient, gotta have patience, you will feel freedom in your life, because the burden of being perfect and having life be perfect is not on you anymore. It never was supposed to be. I've learned to give that to him, still being patient with things to come. I've watched a lot of these things unfold, and as I do, I'm just more in awe of God than I ever was. And I'm like, yeah, he's got this in the bag. I can continue to trust him. He continues to reveal himself to me and the people around me, which I'm so grateful for. And I hope that you trust in him, because he will not let you down. He will reveal himself to you. Just pray and seek him and ask. I guarantee you, if you at least check off one of these things on this list that I've given you of how I've grown to feel more free, you will feel more free too. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm so glad to be sharing this with you and just taking a more like authentic direction on my channel. If you like that, then definitely subscribe. Definitely share this video, especially with people that you know that are trying to grow and like build their lives as far as feeling more free. I know that this might be one of my last videos outside for the year. I know I'm loving this, and if you are too, I'm sorry, but I live on the East Coast. It's gonna get colder. I'm gonna be inside, but don't worry, I'll try to make it as aesthetic, good vibed as possible. So don't forget to check out all my other videos too. I have some good content that I've put up, so enjoy that in the meantime. But until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!